What up, though?
What up, though, Detroit?
Welcome to the Str8 Shoot'N podcast, the #1 motherfucking podcast in the city of Detroit.
Period.
We are back again each and every Tuesday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. You know how we do.
Yeah.
And we got a few guests in the building today. Which one don't count? She had we gonna give her. Yes, she do. She count. We gonna give her the credit. This dude.
She about to be on the hot seat.
She is about to be on the hot seat though.
Yeah.
But our guest today is our very own Keys in the motherfucking building.
Hey y'all, what's up,
Co-host of the
Detroit?
Str8 Shoot'N podcast.
What up, though, Detroit?
And our special co-host.
You can say go host.
Go,
Go
ho.
host.
Be on live.
Filmmaker Darren Brown in the motherfucking
Hi,
building.
Darren.
What up, D?
What up, dog?
So look, we got an interview with Keys coming up and shit. We gonna touch on a few topics, but first we gonna pop it off like we always do. How was y'all motherfucking weekend?
Mine wasn't too bad. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go
You
ahead.
go first.
Shit, mine wasn't too bad, man. I actually got up out the house and shit for a minute. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
You got about the house?
Yeah, I got out.
Where you go?
Shit, I went to the Detroit Historical Museum and shit
Okay.
for the pure spirits. Alcohol tasting and shit with the fellas and shit
Okay.
Friday night or whatever. And what else I do? I worked in the studio. And shit, that's really about it and shit, man. I watched some movies and stuff like that at home, but yeah, my highlight and shit of the weekend and shit was hanging out with the fellas and shit. You know, I haven't got out and shit in a while, and you know, went to the Detroit Spirits alcohol tasting. That shit was crazy, man. That was the first time I actually been out since like the pandemic, like around like a lot of people. So I was still kind of like one of the first people, you know, first and only people walking around and shit, half-assing and shit with a mask on, and then with a mask off with them drinking and shit, you know. So that shit was a little weird, but you know, I enjoyed myself though. You
I'm
know
glad
what I'm
you
saying?
did.
You know, with the
Finally
fellas
get to
and
get out
shit,
the
you know what I'm
house.
saying?
Right.
Shout out to the fellas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all is and shit. You know what I mean? What up? What about you and shit, Dre?
Man, what did I do? Too much of nothing. Me and my wife, Saturday we was at the store. Then after that, we went to a friend of ours. She was doing a pop-up shop for her catering business.
Okay.
So we stopped by there, grabbed some food. Then we rode downtown for a minute. And you know, man, because y'all know the weather, everybody was jumping down there.
Hell yeah.
Fucking damn near 90 degrees.
Yeah,
Period.
but let me tell you something that's funny how I noticed something while I was down there. So you know how when we was younger, we went to on Jefferson and we didn't really have a Riverwalk back then, but
Right.
Belle Isle,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Belle Isle was slapping.
So as we came up on Jefferson, I noticed it was mostly all black people. Just on Jefferson, the Riverwalk, that's where most of the black people was congregating downtown. Then after I turned around because it was too crowded, I'm like, I'm not parking in this shit. Let me get the fuck on.
He said,
So I
ain't
went
fucking
down
with you
towards
niggas.
Woodward where all the
Right.
stores and everything was. So that's where you saw all the white people.
It's segregated, for sure.
So it's still, but I don't think it's intentionally segregated. I think it's more so, because the black people that was there, it was young,
Free shit versus
younger,
shit that costs
younger
money.
people. Yeah, exactly. So it was
I
younger
think
kids
it's
more
purposely
so.
segregated.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's purposely because I'm gonna
can't
tell
be.
you
It's
why.
not. It's,
Yeah.
it's
It
not.
wasn't
No, if you got
purposely-
that bread and shit.
Right. So,
you know,
but,
you got
but
some shit going on.
the younger, it was younger crowds along Jefferson and the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
But you did see some black people mixed in
With
where
the-
the stores and all the restaurants and all that stuff was.
People go downtown
But
with
they were
intentions
older.
and no intentions now. Like
Yeah.
people who just down in Greek Town, they ain't got no intentions. They just
Right.
down there.
Yeah.
White people going down there and it's actually, yo, I'm going down there to go
Enjoy
to
my
this
night
place.
and shit like,
And
right,
they got a plan.
specific, yeah,
We ain't
yeah.
got no plan.
Yeah.
We just out.
We just down
Yeah.
there. We just down there enjoying the shit, trying
Yeah.
to fit in what we can downtown
Right.
without, getting harassed or, motherfuckers telling us we can't do this, we can't do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to like Floods or somewhere, that's your intentions. But past that, you don't know. You know when you leave the club, it's like, what are we doing after this?
Right.
White people got it
And
together.
there's hidden gems all off in there, man.
It is.
Because my store is not that far from downtown. It's in the New Center area. So every time I leave, I drive going downtown just to sightsee, look at new shit or whatever, this and that. It's so much shit popped up over there, man, the past couple of years that I did not know was fucking down there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, I Googled where they was going to put the Gucci store at down there. And when I went over in that area, I didn't even know half of that shit existed over there. Like it's new spots. It's
yeah,
new
I'm
spots
always
they
down there,
building
though.
this shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they building the motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't front on
Well,
that.
a lot of the stores and stuff down there is in like alleys now.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
we
yeah.
really
Right
don't-
over in
you know
that
what I'm
area.
saying? Like,
It was-
and the thing is, we're not getting out our cars and we're not exploring. We're just
Exactly. We just
driving
riding
past
through.
stuff. And you gotta understand, like down,
You
like
said
it's
that
a whole
shit in
bunch of
alleys.
Yeah, I mean,
It is, though.
It's
Like
like,
they-
man,
yeah,
it's like
it
a
is.
piano bar
Yep.
down, and it's literally in the alley. Bro.
Yeah, it is. In the
It's a
alley,
whole
but they hooked the
It's like
alleys
three-
up to
it's like 3 alleys that you can go down.
That shit
there.
sound
Some of my
like some
favorite
shit
bars
like-
is like
yeah,
in
like-
back doors. of alleys
Yeah, it
down
is.
there.
Some
That
of my
shit's
favorite bars is in alleys down
Yeah.
there.
That shit sound like some shit in St. Louis somewhere.
But
They build it everywhere.
it's new to here.
Yeah.
A lot of places already been like that and shit. That like
In Nashville.
when we was in, even when I was in St. Thomas, man, like they downtown alley, like they shops. You go through the alley, like you go through all the stores,
Prominent stores.
the top stores. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So they,
Remember, we had talked about that. They are. Remember, downtown Detroit didn't used to be shit.
Right.
Yeah.
To be a major city.
Right.
Okay, Chicago,
What's up, Eric?
slapping downtown,
Yeah.
slapping in New York. In order to attract big business and shit like the NFL and All-Star games, Detroit
Right.
gotta look a certain way.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, that money's not coming
Right,
here.
right,
You
you're
feel
right.
me? So everybody
that's
gets
true.
mad. It ain't for us. But they've given out so much incentives for people to move downtown, for white
Yeah.
people to move downtown, and it's family friendly.
Yeah.
Who wants to go on a date and experience bullshit?
That's true.
It's
You're
millennial
right.
money down there because a lot of
That's
the people
what it
that's
is.
moving down there, you know, Bedrock have the startup businesses. They're
Right.
really prominent, or you know, they really champion a lot of the startup businesses on the internet and stuff like that. So it's a lot of young people
Yeah.
that's going down there and living, and you know, cars. You know, once you down there, everything is downtown. So
Yeah.
Right.
and they ain't doing nothing in the inner city.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You know what I mean? Like,
whoever thought Cass Corridor would have $500,000 condos
You're right.
sure.
up and down Cass
Right.
Corridor?
Yeah, for sure.
We never thought we'd see.
Right.
that.
No, back in 2002 when I was down there, it was straight hood.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, it was like crack rock roll, basically.
So how was your weekend,
So,
Frank?
yeah.
I ain't do shit. You know me. I ain't
Oh,
do.
man, like, look, you either hosting,
No,
going out of town and shit.
I
you
didn't
doing
have
shit,
nothing,
put your shit in, or you ain't doing shit.
I ain't doing shit. I
Oh,
took
okay.
my son outside the bike ride.
Aw.
Yeah, took him outside because the weather was nice.
Okay.
My brother's birthday, he turned 50.
That's what's up.
So he ain't want to do shit. He ain't want to party or nothing, you know. So we grown men right now.
So hold on and shit. Say your brother just turned 50, right?
Yeah. So how old am I?
57,
Hold on.
58.
Cause you just said, hey, look, you
59.
just not letting us know and shit. You know what I'm saying? That you got a birthday coming up.
Coming
and
up
shit, you know what I'm
Saturday.
saying?
60.
So I ain't gonna ask you how old you are and shit.
I don't mind telling.
All I'm gonna tell you is,
Uh-huh.
happy birthday,
Happy
goddamn.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm
Birthday.
saying?
Thank you.
Frank G, everybody and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Keys talking about 58, 59.
Man.
You heard her?
To shine him up like
I'm
10.
55. I'll be 55.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, and
All
I'm
right.
proud of that shit.
Hell
You
yeah.
should
Hell
be.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
if you
proud of
alive,
that shit.
A lot of people ain't
The way
Yeah.
people dropping off,
They dropping
you know.
very young.
So
Clap that shit up, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm waiting for Keys to make plans, you know. But you know, see if she gonna do.
You, you know what I'm saying? They waiting on you.
All that shit she be talking. Hello.
That orange coat.
So speaking of keys, how was your weekend?
My weekend actually started off wonderful. I signed up for my daughter to have a makeup class. She's
Okay.
actually going to be coming on the show too next month.
Okay.
All right.
But a young lady by the name of Erica did a makeup class for young girls in Detroit for the ages of between 5 and 10.
Okay.
It was amazing. I'm like, shout out to Erica for even doing something like
Yeah.
that for these young black
That
girls.
mentorship and shit.
Right.
Yes,
That's-
it was
that's very
so
needed.
good.
Yeah.
It was so good. Like
All right.
all the little girls were so pretty. Everybody was doing their
I
makeup.
wish I
Okay.
knew about that. I took my granddaughters down there.
Yeah, it was a really, really amazing class. Like she had everybody had their little kits. They had she had everything set up for them. She had lunch set up for them. It was great.
That's what the fuck is shit is needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Mentorship. You know what I'm saying? Say just people and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit older and shit that have these skills to go ahead and pass it on down. To,
I was here for it
to the youth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying?
So.
All right. So what else? What else? You had anything else and shit that you end up doing?
I mean, I didn't have nothing I ended up doing. I ended up getting a fucked up phone call from the police. I mean,
if you want,
I can go off into that later on.
Okay.
All right.
What about you, D?
Yeah.
How was your weekend, man?
I did everything, man.
He said I did everything. He said everything. Hey, he said he
Everything,
Say he done killed somebody, beat somebody ass,
Kicked
made
ass
love
and
and
took-
shit to his motherfucking ass.
and took names.
Took
See?
names.
All
There
right.
you go. You were preparing for the Detroit Filmmaker Awards, so I was doing that, doing a lot of calling, talking to people. Then it was a hot day, so I rode out with my bike riding group.
Okay.
Detroit Riders. We went down there, safety class, man. Everybody sent up prayers and wishes for my bro. He actually got hit on his bike this weekend,
damn,
man.
Damn. Man,
luckily he only broke his hip.
Okay.
Hey,
That's still
we want to
bad.
send out shit
Speedy recovery.
Yeah. Show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
and to us too, man. To my family too. Send one up too, man.
Yeah.
While y'all at it.
But
other than that,
definitely
man, it was.
shit, man. Hey, we got to send it out to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, just you know what I'm saying, a little bit of me time, man.
Okay.
I daddied and husband the whole week, and so I can get a little bit of me time in. Got a little bit of me time, rejuvenated, tackling this week, and keeping positive vibes and good energy going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, that shit means a lot.
It
Yeah,
does.
definitely.
In today's days, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely
For
need
real.
that me time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop into our sponsors right quick.
All right.
So the sponsors for today's show is brought to you by Drasan Fashion. Drasan, you can find Drasan at 3031 West Grand Boulevard, Suite 180, or you can find us on Instagram or Facebook or DrasanFashion.com. Be sure to check us out. Come down there. If you like high-end fashion, we definitely got something for you. We custom design. All our pieces are custom designed for Drasan. We don't have pieces that's from other stores. These are all original pieces from us. Come check us out. You want to look good and be different than everybody else out here. Check us out.
Check it out.
Then we're also sponsored by Berlin Street Bar and Grill, located in Detroit.
What up?
On 7 Mile Road near Southfield. Go check them out. They got good food. They're open Thursday through Sundays. Check them out and go see what they're all about. And we're also sponsored today by the Detroit Filmmaker Awards. If you're in the film in the city, you're looking to get in the film, make sure you attend this event. It's to celebrate all the filmmakers around the city and the area. It's brought to you by Darren Brown, our guest host today. He's bringing it to you guys. It's going to be located at the African American Museum downtown, and it is on May 22nd. Make sure you going Ticketmaster to get tickets?
No, you can actually go on Eventbrite to grab the tickets, man. You can go on Detroit Filmmaker Awards on IG, and just a couple of sponsors for the Detroit Filmmaker Awards is Maker's Mark, Homestead Entertainment, Detroit Motor City Popcorn. I'm sorry, not Detroit, but Motor City Popcorn. So, you can definitely go on Eventbrite and look up the Detroit Filmmaker Awards. And grab your tickets, man. We'll talk about it later
So
on.
definitely make sure
Tap
y'all go
in.
get them tickets. Go check it out. If you're interested in getting in the film and seeing what it's all about, you want to be there. Trust me.
Yep.
And we're also sponsored by
Gym Animal Muscle Gang Enterprises LLC. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for a personal trainer, you're looking for nutritional advice, you're looking for a diet plan, are you looking for supplements, vegan supplements, are you looking for some CBDs, are you looking for, you know what I'm saying, personal training packages and everything, you know what I'm saying, anything dealing with health, come holler at me and shit. Check out me on Instagram and Facebook under Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness and Gym Animal Muscle Gang. All right. And then also check out my websites at gamg.shop and gamg.firstfitness.com. All right. Then we are also sponsored by APE, which is All Problems Eliminated. This is a home restoration repair company. Okay, so if you need a floor installed, new kitchen, new bathroom, new anything to your house, business, residential, anything, get in contact and shit with APE.TL on Instagram. Also, you can give them a call at 269, area code 269-448-3508. This is T. Lanier, all right? And then also...
Oh.
Hold on. No. It's still on me.
Oh, sorry.
It's still on me. All right, and then, of course, and shit, we are still sponsored by Modern Greek and Salad Bar, okay? So this is a restaurant and shit in Dearborn, located and shit at 22001 Michigan Avenue, Dearborn, Michigan. All right. So if you're looking for, rice bowls, gyros, salads, lamb chops, anything you can pretty much think of, you know what I'm saying? This is a great restaurant that you want to go check out. If you haven't checked them out, I don't know what what the hell is wrong with you, but you know what I'm saying, like real shit. They got some great fucking food, all right. So, tell them and shit when you go there. Str8 Shoot'N and shit sent y'all, all right. And they can also be found and shit on Instagram and Facebook, okay, under Modern Greek and Salad Bar, all right.
We are also being sponsored by Alpha Buzz Detroit Cannabis Experts. If you're looking for the best.
Oh yeah, look, she laughing. Hey, look,
Listen.
That sponsorship is working right there.
See, sponsorship is working. Check this shirt out. Check the shirt out and check out King.
That sponsorship is working.
Exactly.
That's all you need to know.
Hey, that's a full sponsorship right there.
That's all that you need to know.
So if you're looking for the best recreational cannabis products, check them out at www.alphabuzz.com. They can also be found on Instagram and or Facebook. So if you're looking for CBD or if you're looking for THC, they both are good. I tried both of them. Feeling excellent.
We can tell. We can tell.
Hey, look, you looking to try to find the goofy face.
If you want the goofy face, go ahead. Or even if you want to feel relaxed, because I actually did the CBD today, and it definitely took the anxiety and the pain away. So either one, you good to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Check them out.
Okay, and if you want to be a sponsor for the Str8 Shoot'N podcast, you can reach us at Str8 Shoot'N at gmail.com, Str8 Shoot'N podcast at gmail.com. Send us your information. We'll send you over a sponsorship package. We reach over 30,000 people each and every Tuesday. Check us out.
It's like 50.
Yeah, so if you want to be a sponsor for your business, you want to get your business out there, have people hear about it, send us an email. We'll contact you back.
And let's not forget fresh ball spray.
Ball
We can't forget
We
it
can't
was
forget we sponsored
90 degrees this past
You need that
weekend.
fresh ball
Nuts was
spray.
sweating, all right?
Yeah, that's
You
by
need
every-
that fresh ball spray
Yes.
called Awesome Nuts. Get it?
Awesome.
And that's by
Fresh
everything-
balls.
That's by everything's in.
Everything's in. Got that awesome nuts for you.
So if you got some funky ass balls, get that spray. Tap in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What if they
Summer's
salty?
coming.
You know
What if they
I mean?
salty?
Yeah.
That
How would
spray
you
ain't
know
helping
that?
for no
That spray
salty
ain't
balls.
How would you know that?
Spray might wash away the
I
salt.
know. I wouldn't even go there. She like, what if?
Technically, we wouldn't know if they salty and shit. I guess we got to ask our woman or some shit like that. Like, here, taste these, see if they salty and shit. I want to give you high blood pressure and shit, but it's these salty, you got
Keys is lit. I'm about to say all kinds of shit now. She ain't gonna have a comeback for nothing at this point.
Be ready for your ass just because you said it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we about to do shot of the day, and then we're gonna get into our shooting the shit segment.
All right.
Shot of the day is brought to you by Q's father.
Yes.
We're celebrating his birthday.
Hey,
Rest in
Yep.
peace.
happy
Happy
Rest in
birthday,
peace.
happy birthday, happy birthday.
Big
Yes.
Pop.
Yes.
70.
And also, shout out to Frank.
Frank,
Frank,
who got a
his
birthday
birthday
coming up
coming up
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's
She
right.
had to think about that shit for a minute. You notice she like, orange trench coat. Frank, yeah. Orange trench coat. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate
Shout out. Hey, look.
Hey,
shout
right.
out,
Happy
hey,
birthday,
look.
bro.
Hey, look. Much love to y'all. Man.
Appreciate. Shout out to my brother. Appreciate it.
All right,
And I'm
all
gonna
right.
shout out to filmmaker, man. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
That's
right.
And
Shout
that's
out to
real
D.
talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they highlight bullshit, but they don't highlight artists
Yeah.
and
Right.
talent.
Right.
And Detroit got a lot of
A
talent.
lot of fucking
You
time.
know what I'm
They-
saying?
yeah.
Like filmmakers like this are highlighted. Detroit only shows love when people
Yeah.
leave and then they blow up
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
come
and
back.
then
Yep.
Now they want to claim you.
So
Oh,
this-
you from the
Right.
D.
Right.
Yeah, so just knowing shit, this guy right here and shit, Darren Brown, that motherfucker is the man.
Right.
Y'all better holler at him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to fucking tell you. If y'all ain't, hey look, if y'all into acting, producing, anything about
Writing.
some film shit,
Right.
y'all better holler at him.
That's right.
Yes.
If not, and shit, hey
appreciate
look.
y'all.
Hey, look, what they say and shit, you know what I'm saying? You better get down and lay down. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about that? You know what I'm saying? All
So
right.
we gonna hop into the shooting the shit segment right now, where we touch on crazy ass, unbelievable stories. So we gonna do it right at this second.
Well, I mean, come on.
Well, after we get our intro for
It's
it.
time to shoot the shit. The Straight Shooting Podcast.
We gotta talk about
Man.
this slap.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Her
So
around the
look,
hood.
Oh,
so
wait, we
look,
gonna
that's,
touch on
that's
that
gonna be
too.
on, that's straight ratchet.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
We'll
talk about,
go
straight
with
ratchet.
that. Okay.
But look, we got like actually 2 stories and shit. We gonna tap on real quick, all right? On straight slapping them on. No, I'm shooting the shit. All right, so look, we got a man found with 2 pounds of gold
Oh, I heard about
up his. They say his bum.
And it was in this
After,
wig.
yeah, after acting suspiciously at an airport. All right, so you got a man who was acting suspiciously at an Indian airport was found hiding
Smuggling gold. It
2
is that.
pounds of gold worth $43,000 up his butt.
Gold
All right.
bars or necklaces?
No,
Nuggets.
Probably
it
was
wasn't
like the
gold, bro.
Probably
nuggets.
the nuggets.
Yeah,
So
probably
look,
with the nuggets.
Yeah, so it said, so he had some nuggets up his ass.
Yeah, niggas up
But then, look,
He literally was shitting gold.
There was lease worth $43,000, right? So look, all right. So it says.
I don't know if that's enough money. But go on.
So it says airport official said that a personal search was carried out, and officials claimed that 3 transparent polyurethane capsules was wrapped in a white plastic
Oh, okay.
where concealed inside the man's butt.
Which way did it go in?
But
His butt. Like,
ass.
No, no. I mean, did he swallow the capsules and
No,
then?
no,
No,
it
he
was
stuck
in
him up his
He
butt like
stuck
an
him up
inner
his ass and had him.
which means he's used to having things stuck up
I
his
was just about
ass.
to
There
say,
you go.
'cause
Yeah.
That
You know
ain't
what
the
I mean?
first time.
that shit had to be cutting his ass and all type of shit. Right.
He'd go to ass smuggling. They was like, call him.
Right. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Call him.
Probably, like you said, used to shit going up his ass.
But my thing is this: what would even make airport security want to do a cavity search?
Because he was
Well,
being suspicious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
was
said that
suspicious
he was
looking.
looking suspicious as
Yeah.
hell. What it is
Walking
his
or
ass
looking?
is probably itching or
Walking
something,
or
you know?
looking suspicious.
Right. He probably,
Yeah, he
probably
looking
both
like,
shit.
Hey, I got 2 extra pounds
like he
of
got
shit up my
hemorrhoids and
ass,
shit.
and I'm walking for it.
Somebody goes in the back like, check his ass.
Right. Hell yeah.
It's very easy to get caught up in customs, especially if you even look like you're nervous. I've been pulled, like I almost missed my flight coming back. I forgot what country I was coming back from, but if you even look like you're nervous or you don't know what the hell going on,
Hey, yeah, they
Yeah,
will do
they'll
that
fuck
shit.
with you.
Hey,
Why was you
because I
looking
remember-
nervous?
I think I was just tired. I think I was more so tired, and they felt like I looked suspicious, so they pulled me to the
They
back.
just randomly
They had me
searched
back there for 2
motherfuckers.
hours.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was on a flight going, and before I got on, I knew these 2 motherfuckers was the police, the feds and shit. Because we sitting on, we waiting on the plane and shit to take off.
Right.
You know how you sitting there waiting. And these motherfuckers kept looking suspicious. It was 1 black guy and 1 white guy. And they kept looking at me and shit.
Dead giveaway.
Right. Dead giveaway. I know what the fuck. So I got up. So I had like this. I had the suitcase I had this bottom where like you could stick like 6 pair of shoes and they had different
Right.
slots of 6 shoes
Right.
in. So I'm standing there. He walk up to me like, he like, man, yeah, you got a lot of shoes in there. You like, you got those shoes in there? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, oh, okay. So they called to board the plane. So as soon as we board the plane, both of them motherfuckers stopped me. She's like, man, can we search your bag? I'm like, man, go on and search the bag and shit. Like, what do you think? I got birds in the motherfucking damn? I'm about to carry them in the slots and shit.
Yeah.
So,
No, they do.
that shit.
I had an incident like that coming from Iraq. I went over there to entertain the troops.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do is keep these bullet casings as souvenirs.
Oh.
Because these bullets were bad than a motherfucker,
It was
right?
like some 50 caliber.
But they don't
Okay.
let you take them back. So I
Okay.
tried to pack them into like a toilet bag against
damn.
like
Oh,
shaving
yeah, well,
cream.
you was doing some illegal shit.
Yeah.
How you get them motherfuckers out?
You trying to be on some braggadocious shit. Like, look how many motherfuckers I killed with this
They did the same thing to me, but you had
Check this out. The other two comics, because I went with two white comedians, act like they didn't know me. Like, motherfucker, you on your own.
You on your own.
Like the military, like they was on my ass. Like, why do you got these?
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. They think I'm man.
Yeah,
I
they'll
couldn't say
definitely check
shit.
your
I was
ass.
like, keep
crazy. They
them.
just
You know
know
what
they
I'm
just took
saying?
from
Keep
right.
them.
Hell yeah.
Because if they would have took me to the back, I would have been like Brittany Griner, unfortunately. Like, ain't
That
nobody
motherfucker
seeing
put
her
it like a
ass.
Yep.
Yeah, they ain't, and the killing part about that shit, they ain't even really trying to find out about her ass.
You know? Right.
That's a different topic. That would be a good topic one day, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, customs. But real quick,
Uh-huh.
speaking of things up your ass, I didn't think
Hell of a transition.
I didn't think Keys was gonna be here, so I was gonna
Keys.
talk mad shit about Kevin Samuels. I was gonna say he was a man.
Oh, you
he
must
the
didn't
shit.
get that picture.
He all of that.
You must get that picture.
Until I got that picture.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Y'all hate that
Yeah.
man?
Now I can't even back his ass
Can't
up.
back shit up if he have
I
that
can't.
picture
I can't
that's
back
posted
shit
around.
up because I cannot back a dude that takes a photo like a bitch between two other. You got your ass. I can't back you no
This the
more.
thing, because my thing is,
he
regardless of his sexual preference, is he lying?
No, some of the
No,
stuff
no,
he
no,
be
no.
true
It
about.
changes. Let me, and
Some
I'm
of
gonna give
the
you an
shit
example
he
of
ain't
something I
lying
said
about.
earlier.
Does it
No,
change?
I'm gonna give you an example why it
Go on.
changed.
Go on.
If you heard a butch bitch down in black men, what you gonna say about her? If she was a dyke, what you gonna say about her?
She
I'm
ain't died.
listening
She
to
said
down on
it
that.
because she do
I'm
what?
listening
She
to
hate
you.
man because she hate
Because she
man.
hate black
Yeah.
men.
No,
That's
I
exactly
wouldn't
what
do
y'all
it.
gonna say. If it was a butch bitch
Well, Keith, I'm
saying
telling you
bad
what I'ma
shit,
say.
no, majority of the time.
Like, no,
if it's a butch
fuck what you
bitch,
talking
if she a dyke, some Ellen degenerate bitch, and she says some fucked up shit about men, y'all already know why she's saying it.
Okay, so
'Cause she hate me.
So now, can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That's not always the case, though.
But majority
Giving people-
of the time it is.
But you got to hear a person out, because if she telling the truth about her experiences, then I can't argue with her experiences.
But most men are going to do what? They're going to shut her down because they're going to look at her and say, this bitch is gay. She hate men anyway. So therefore,
think most men
everything.
gonna do
Yes,
that.
y'all would.
Hold up.
And yo,
Let me jump in. Hold up.
She a man hater.
In her defense, and I'm getting your back. Her and I have we have had serious arguments because I've been down for Kevin Samuels, but after that picture, I'm sorry.
that one picture.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it.
He hate women.
I can't do it.
He
I'm
hate
sorry.
women.
No, he's suspecting shit because he had
been
his hand
suspect.
on his knees and shit. Like he was ready to
That
go
nigga
ahead
about to
and.
pop like a drop it.
That motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like, come on, dude. Like
And
what
might
straight nigga do?
might be a controversial, unpopular. I just don't think your sexual preference negates your
Shit.
outlook on certain. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Most
can't.
women
I mean, I'm not just
No,
talking
I
about.
get
I'm
what
not
you're
just
saying,
talking about
though,
just
dude.
that.
Yeah,
though.
I get
Like
what
you
you're
can't
saying.
throw away a
And
person's
most
opinion
men
because they're
hate
gay, though.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It has
No,
to
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like,
Yeah.
he gay. Fuck what he talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
If he
Yeah.
You say
gay,
you
what
can't.
he talking about as
God
far
damn.
as women?
Yeah.
Just because it would be no different
Rough
from women.
crowd.
When I hear gay women bash men, it's because they hate men.
But the thing is it
Flat
just
out.
because a person has a conversation about what they dislike about somebody isn't necessarily bashing? I believe bashing is somebody who
He
constantly
bashing.
and
You know why I say
continuously.
he bashing? Because he never says anything positive. He keep everybody doing this, going back and forth. Oh, it's the women. No, it's the men. It's the women. It's the men. He's not saying anything to come up with a solution as far as what the black community can do to come together as far as relationships.
But sometimes
He's
you can't
constantly
expect. But
downing
sometimes,
black women.
but that's
He
the
hates
thing.
black women.
We can't. Sometimes you expect people that's not necessarily their brand or that's not the person that they are to do things like that. Like people expect basketball players to have political views that's proper.
No, but
or
he
that
has a
makes
platform.
sense.
But why is the platform negative? It's keeping black people to where they're
Shit,
going
the
against
news-
each
the
other.
news is negative.
So, okay, but here's
We
the
can't
thing.
beat up the news.
But what's going on? But no. We're talking about a black person that has a
I
platform,
get it.
right?
I get it.
What is it causing? It's causing a narrative to where black men or black women are constantly pointing the finger at each other. You are not helping
They was
the
doing
problem.
that before Kevin Samuelson.
But
They was
you
doing
have
that
a
way before
platform.
Kevin
You're not
Samuelson.
helping the problem.
Well, we
You're
know
not coming
Keys
up with
ain't
a
high no
solution.
more. We know Keys ain't high no more.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
That
Like,
buzz and
Wait.
left like.
That's a whole another topic. We can go there if y'all want to go there. But that nigga gay.
She
I
didn't
don't-
want to
I'm
go
moving
there.
forward.
somebody
Move
just
forward.
said, I don't think men care that much.
About who? Kevin Samuels?
Y'all better care if he gay. Y'all ain't backing him up if y'all find out he gay and he hate black women.
So, that
he
nigga ain't my
probably,
king.
he probably is, but I don't.
He ain't my savior.
But I don't.
Y'all not gonna ride for him as hard when y'all find out he like taking
But see, I don't ride.
No pun
But you don't
intended.
ride. You
No,
don't ride for
Right is right, and
You
wrong
might
is wrong.
ride.
I don't care
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I'm
gay
saying.
or not.
That's
or
what-
whatever.
that's my whole
That ain't
thing.
got nothing to do with it.
That's my whole thing.
Listen, if you gay and you speaking against women, it's because you hate women. Just like
Not
if you was a
true.
gay woman and you
That's
speaking
not
against
totally-
men, you hate
Not
men.
true.
No, that's
That's
not
the
totally.
majority of the
No,
gay.
you can't
That's
tell me
not
gay
totally-
men hate
that's-
women.
So look,
And gay
most
men is best friends with women.
Look,
Like,
yeah,
you can't say
I was gonna say,
that.
most
They
gay
wanna be them.
most gay men and shit, you know
You
what I'm
ain't got
saying,
no
want to
gay
be a fucking woman, so
And
they
they
can't
also-
hate women.
They
Let's say
do hate them
this.
because they want to be a woman,
No,
so they
let's-
hate you for being something that they not.
Let's say this.
Nah,
I believe he makes
no,
very
no,
valid
no.
points.
He
I
do make
believe
valid points,
he
but
makes,
overall, he's not
but
helping
I
his
get
community.
it on
But-
some logical shit.
some of his comments now, because of
It's
that,
hateful.
could be biased.
See, what I
Okay,
think it
so
is,
he
I
makes
think it's
valid
more
points,
so
but it could be biased.
women,
saying, what
his
up, though?
delivery.
His delivery is
That's more
terrible.
so. That's
It's
what
hateful.
it is,
Right.
Because he does make a lot of valid points.
He does.
It's his delivery, though.
Yes.
It's
And I
hateful.
think that's
it shows
what's more
I hate
so-
black women.
He's just a
I
wild.
hate-
He's just a
my
wild
mommy
boy.
was a whore,
He's
and
just
I
a
hate
wild
all
boy. You know what I'm saying?
everybody else.
Sometimes he's
That's
just
what
being
it
a wild
shows.
boy.
So look, we still got another.
Yeah, we got a whole
we got
other.
one, we got one more other story and shit. Just to add on real quick
Okay.
and shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So look, check this out. We got a man suffers a freak injury while masturbating.
Oh my god!
All right, it says as
motherfucker
he's
fucked his
hospitalized.
lungs
All right,
up.
so look, on April 14th, you got a Swiss patient who remains unnamed. It's like, no, claim your shit. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, presumably and shit, out of embarrassment, suffered a rare lung injury, usually caused by rigorous exercise and violent coughing. He was hospitalized for 3 days and spent a night in the ICU.
That nigga had
As
What the fuck
he-
is
look,
he
look,
doing?
hold on, let me finish. Look. As the air had escaped from his lung and became lodged in his rib cage.
Oh, I've had that happen.
What, jacking off?
No, not jacking off.
Oh
I've
shit!
peed.
Oh
I
shit! You was
peed
raping
and
yourself?
the air
The
got
wrist
caught in
work.
my rib. It's painful. It's fuck.
Oh hell yeah!
It's very painful.
It's an air bubble.
Yeah, I've had
it's
that
air
happen.
bubble.
That shit is painful.
But how do you puncture a
But how
lung
the fuck
jacking
you do
off
that
though?
jacking
God
off, though?
dog.
That
I did it
motherfucker
by
had to
sneezing.
I
be-
mean, yeah, but that's what they said. It says and shit. You know what I'm saying? It says it's normally occurred. You know that kind of thing and shit. Is normally occurs and shit when you sneezing.
Yeah, I did it when sneezing.
Real hard
Yeah.
and stuff like that or whatever, and coughing real hard and stuff like that or whatever. So
Like I said, he had COVID while he was jacking off. The fuck?
I know that shit is painful. So whatever he did to cause him to go in the hospital,
Hey,
he
but
was.
I've had seen stories before where motherfuckers died from jacking off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did have something
passed
about
away.
that. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He jacked off
Man.
too much, and he died. He killed
I don't
himself.
believe it.
So that shit is like a
make your
motherfucking,
heart
what they call it,
race. You have a heart attack.
marsupial, like a
I mean,
marsupial.
people
probably had a heart
people
attack,
die
yeah.
of
I know
sex
people.
because
Yeah,
they are.
people have
Yeah.
heart
So why not
attacks
jacking
during
off?
sex, yeah.
So that shit is like a
You're not really moving though. You just moving your hand.
But your heart's still in it.
Yeah.
He did a film about it. Ask him. He did a documentary about
He
that.
said he even did a documentary and shit. Motherfuckers
How he
dying
died.
from jacking off.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is.
Oh shit! Damn, dog,
All
that's
right, so-
crazy.
So we about to move into our interview. We behind time, but so we got Keys.
Hold on. You gotta get her. Look. This our co-host, but
Right,
look,
so we
this
gotta
our sister.
we gotta give her a
We
proper-
gotta give her
we gotta give her
the
the proper
official.
introducing.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta give her the official.
Coming to the mic.
Yeah.
We got
It's motherfucking Keys in the building. Period.
Keys in the hot seat tonight.
I'm in
from
the
Straight
hot
Shoot.
Right.
I'm in the
Let's
motherfucking
go.
hot seat.
So she
Let's
and I.
go. So look. Let's. We gotta. We do gotta do a disclaimer and shit. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
What's the
First
disclaimer?
is so listen. So our guest and shit. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. You know she wasn't able to show up. So we already had this kind of plan and shit to where we do have a series coming up about knowing who the fuck we are.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So it just so happened and shit that Keys and shit, she chose to go ahead and get interviewed tonight. But
Yep.
you will hear Key's story, Trey's story, my story, Frank G's story, and everybody else and shit. You know what I'm saying? Story on Str8 Shoot'N. Because we
Absolutely.
are very transparent
Absolutely.
with the shit that we
'Cause that's
talk.
what makes
you know
us
what I'm
us.
saying?
Right.
And
Yes.
that's what makes us us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said and shit, you know what I'm saying? I want to go ahead and shit and pass the floor. You know, pass the mic and pass the floor and shit to our lovely co-host, Keys in this motherfucker.
Period.
Give it up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all comment, call, all that shit.
She doing the fake clapping shit.
She like, ha ha ha.
But I'm telling you,
So
ever since what's old girl with the fashion that I tried to shoot my shot at?
Oh, you talking about
That
Kitty?
you fucked up
Yeah,
on?
that I fucked up on.
Uh-oh.
The interviewees have gotten much better. I ain't lying. So,
There you go. Oh, shit.
So look, introduce
All right.
yourself to the world.
Hi, everybody. My name is Keys, but my real name is Lakeisha.
All right.
I ain't telling y'all my fucking last name,
All right.
but it's Lakeisha.
What up,
y'all
though,
like to know?
Lakeisha?
Hi.
Hey, look. So, besides being a co-host, a Str8 Shoot'N podcast, tell us a little bit and shit. You know what I'm saying about you, like where you started from. Where did you grow up from?
Okay.
You know. All
Okay.
right.
So I was actually born and raised on the east side of Detroit. I am
All right.
originally from the
All
east side.
So,
Okay.
I grew up on
East
Challen
side?
Park Drive in Kensington. I grew up in a beautiful neighborhood.
Okay.
I stayed on the east side until I was about 13, actually 14.
Okay.
Because I moved. I went to Finney High School for half a semester, and then I moved to Wayne, Michigan. I finished school at Wayne Memorial.
Okay.
So I finished living towards Wayne and Romulus for the rest of my high school years.
Oh shit. All right.
You went to Wayne High School for real?
Wayne Memorial.
What?
You said what?
Okay.
Home of the zebra.
I wouldn't even. Wow, I would never guess that.
Yo, it was so whack when I went there because I went from a hype ass black school. I was in marching band and we
Okay.
played hype ass music, and I loved being in marching band. Right.
Okay.
When I went to Wayne Memorial, I quit.
I went to.
It was
I
the
worked
music
with
was so whack.
a couple of people from Wayne. You might know them because y'all probably around the same age too. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
Tony Longwish.
Yes.
You do.
I
know
went to
Tony?
school with him.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
Tony, and then you know Daryl Horton.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my ex-wife. That's her name.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
What instrument did you play?
Trombone.
Okay.
Trombone.
Man.
I
we
was
got-
marching that
Hey,
trombone.
look, shit.
I don't
We
know
gonna
why
have to
I
get
found
you on the
that
motherfucking intro here.
Yeah.
I used to play trombone.
Yeah. see?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, look, we gonna have to get you on the shit on the next intro.
Trombone, you
know
only
what
as
I'm
good
saying?
as long as your arm, huh?
Yeah, I got
better you
one
are.
arm, so I'm good.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
period.
That
Hit the
motherfucker
high
over
notes.
20 years. You don't know.
Don't try to get me to play that
Fucking
motherfucker now.
trombone.
I'm gonna run out
Right.
of breath. You need to have some strong lungs to play the trombone.
Yeah.
You gotta have some strong lungs for sure.
Yeah.
Trombone.
So let me ask you this: like, who did you look up to and shit when you was a kid? Like, you know, did you have any heroes or anything like that and shit when you was a kid?
I didn't. You know,
No?
I had a really fucked up childhood. Like I had a real my the home that I came from was just I came up traumatized. So I didn't have anybody to look up to. I didn't have like no family. You know, my parents was really fucked up. They had their issues. I was the oldest. Like it was a blur for me.
Okay.
Like it was just more so you just trying to just get through. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. It was just day by day. I didn't have anything to look up to. I came up angry. I came up. I wasn't popular at all. In fact, I was bullied until I got to Wayne Memorial. So it's like when you got to Wayne Memorial, it's like you from Detroit, so you got to represent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got to Wayne Memorial, it was more so like, okay, I'm from Detroit. I can't let these Inkster hood rats fuck with me because you know Inkster think they just as tough as Detroit, but they are. They are. Inkster is tough.
Inkster's a little Detroit.
Yeah,
they a
Inkster
little
is
Detroit. Yeah.
So it was a lot of kids that from Inkster that went to Wayne Memorial, and them motherfuckers was tough. So I'm from Detroit, so I got to play my role. So my first week of school, I fought.
Okay.
My first week of school, but once I fought, that was it. Nobody fucked with me, and that was it. But I didn't have nobody I looked up to. I was a loner. I stuck to myself and barely even went to school.
So one more look before my bad. So when you were a kid and shit, was there any like favorite cartoons or anything like that?
Animaniacs.
Huh?
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
That was a dope ass cartoon.
Yeah, okay.
Remember Pinky and the Brain?
Right.
Yeah, that's the shit.
With Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, trying to take over the fucking world. Yeah, you damn right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So Animaniacs was one of my favorites.
All right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was another favorite.
All right.
Dennis the Menace.
Okay.
I had a few little cartoons, but definitely Animaniacs was something that I stopped to watch for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
should have knew you was gonna get a Q question. You knew it was coming.
I like the Q question. I know you do. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you damn right.
Hey, so you so would you say you lived how can I say, not a prosperous life, but were you more sheltered or were you more of a street life? Like,
so that's a good question. Like, you know, I seen a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like our house got shut up when I was 4 years old. Like I remember that like it was yesterday. Our house got shot up bad. Like it seemed like that shit lasted forever. I remember hiding up under the bed. I remember police never coming. Like I remember a lot of shit. So it was both because my parents was always in some shit. Like my parents was hood, but then too my mom kept me sheltered. So it was like we was exposed to a lot of shit, but then she'll turn around and keep me sheltered from shit that I felt like I probably shouldn't have been sheltered from. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't allowed to do typical kid shit like go skating. You know what I'm saying? Like have sleepovers. I didn't do any of that shit. I was always at home watching the kids. So I didn't really get a chance to do shit. Like nothing.
Okay.
right. So did that make you as you got older want to veer out and like, cause you know how a lot of people that's sheltered, they hear about stories they friends went through and it enticed them and they want to get. Did that make you gravitate to the streets more as you got older?
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It definitely made me, you know, because it's like you find yourself sneaking more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you sneaking, you end up getting in trouble, doing some shit because you sneaking, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the more my mom kept me sheltered, and I don't even feel like she more so kept me sheltered. It was more sit down and watch these kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she said it was sheltered, but it was more so I had to sit down and watch the kids all the time.
Yeah.
So by the time, like, you know, I started stepping out there, like, I was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I first of all, I got pregnant by the time I was 16 years old, so my life ended quickly as far as even being able to do shit. But thank God, like, even, you know, I got pregnant when I was 16 years old. I got pregnant by a 24-year-old man, and I was only 16.
Okay.
I would say the decent part of that is because although he was way older than me, they were active. The whole family was active. So although I was 16 and, you know, I had a baby, I didn't experience what most typical girls experience as far as just being stuck with a baby.
Right.
If I said come get the baby, or he came and got the baby gone. The baby gone for weeks at a time.
Right.
So it gave me a chance to I was still able to enjoy, you know, my teenage years. Because by the time I was 16, I moved the fuck out. I wasn't going home. Because my mom was trying to give me a curfew. Like, I got a whole baby now, right? And she talking about, you got to be in the house at 11.
Like,
I'm
that's a
not
little
coming
bit
home.
too late
No,
now.
I got a baby now. I'm dealing with a 24-year-old man. I'm out. So once I got to experience that and started experiencing life and I got a baby now, I never turned back. I started partying. I did everything everybody else did. And I don't know what it feels like to not go nowhere because I don't have a babysitter. My baby daddy kept the kid, or his mama kept the kid. It was just always, I'm out. So I definitely had my share of partying.
When I was in high school, that was normal. Like 16-year-old girls were dating 20-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
Because I used to try to holler at chicks.
Like
I got my boyfriend 21. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even holler at you in high school.
I wasn't talking to nobody in high school. Like, all the dudes, like, because, you know, I was a cute girl. Like, I wasn't that popular, but I was still a cute girl. So dudes was trying to talk to me. I wasn't giving nobody the time of the day.
Yeah.
I'm getting picked up by grown niggas.
And see, what's crazy is that's an 8-year difference, right? But what's the difference between a 24-year-old now dating a 32-year-old?
Yeah.
It's still 8 years.
It's
you
still
know what I'm
8 years.
saying? I know 16 sounds kind of young, but it's just 8-year difference.
But you know what, though? Looking back, though, now that I have a daughter, even a son, that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, I wasn't 24.
Right.
Physically, I wasn't 24. I didn't even look 24. Some girls, you know, some guys, when they say, well, I dated somebody, she looked like she was, I did not look nothing. I was one of them girls that took a long time to develop. It didn't, nothing looked no damn 24. I looked every bit of 15. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, looking back, like, he didn't have no business fucking with me. Looking back, that shit was pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, nothing is cool about that. I'll never sit back and try to justify that. That shit was not cool. Because mentally, we had a complete difference as far as life. Like, I was a kid. He was 24. And even though 24, you're still young and mature, but you're still 24 versus 16.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in high school. You just got finished with college. It's a huge difference.
And you were being manipulated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had to catch on to life quick. Like, I had my son when I was 16. I had my son 2 weeks shy of my 17th birthday. It was 2 weeks before my birthday. My baby daddy took me through a lot of shit. May he rest in peace. But I caught on to game quick. Like, I caught on. Because of him, I caught on quick. So, you know, I started off dealing with him. And I didn't want to go back home. And the first person that I met, like, besides him, was a lawyer. And when I met the lawyer, the shit that he was giving me and showing me and telling me what I need and what a person's supposed to give me, I never looked back. Like, I learned from that. He like, you got a baby, you ain't supposed to be fucking nobody just to be fucking nobody. You supposed to get this, you supposed to get that, and I moved from there. And I continued to prosper and I continued to go up. And and by the time I was 18, I had my own place. I had a car. I ain't had no bullshit place either. I was living in a very, very nice place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never force or even try to make it seem like teenage pregnancy is okay. But I would say for me personally, it made me grow up quick.
Yeah,
like, I was on my shit.
I
was definitely on my shit as a teenager, you know, being pregnant. Like, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? For me. But I still wouldn't recommend it for anybody else. But for me, it was a life changer for me because I was such in a dark place before I had my son. Like, it was so bad that my son, me having him, actually helped me mold, and it molded me to the person I am today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this, since you speaking about your son and shit. What would you consider your best accomplishments to this point in your life?
My best accomplishments, for one, I got a son that's in college.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so proud of him. Like, he joined the military. He didn't have to. My son graduated with honors. Like, he joined the military just because he wanted to, not because, like, I don't got no other choice. Let me just Yeah. He's smart. He's ambitious. He's a hard worker. Like, he reminded me so much of me, but a male version of me. Okay. And he conceited as hell. He's a nice looking kid. Like, he's just doing great. Like, my son. Is he
conceited or do he have standards?
That nigga conceited.
All right.
He in the mirror right now. I know he is. He is in the mirror right now, like, oh, I look good, I'm fine. Like, he'll just call me like, Mom, I just want to let you know I'm fine. Like, that he's conceited. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids, all of them, they, you know, all of them, they're my accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom had 3 kids by the time she was 19. Like, all her we all had different daddies and, you know, living in the projects. I feel like based off of everything that my mom went through, based off of what I went through, I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even the way my mom raised us, like my mom just wasn't the best parent. And I'm not a perfect parent either, but I changed so much of that generational curse, right? Like I have a relationship with my kids.
Yeah.
Like I could never go to my mom and talk to her about anything. My sons, for the most part, can come to me about anything. I'll talk about anything, and I'm not going to shine them. I'm not going to make them feel embarrassed. Like, I don't give a fuck what it is. You want to talk to me about fucking the bitch, talk to me, let me know, like, what it is. Like, what is it that you need to know so I can prepare you? You know, that's the type of relationship I have with them, and that's the type of relationship that I want to have with them. And then you know, they love each other. You know, like, there's love in my home. Like, I tell my kids every day, no matter what, that I love them. They tell me that they love me back. I hug them. They hug me back. There is no, you know, I'm uncomfortable. You know, it wasn't like that in my home. There was no love, I love you. There was none of that. So I felt like there was a need for me to make sure that because I didn't get that I give it to them. And I feel like that's an accomplishment within itself.
Yeah.
Well, breaking the generational curse is an accomplishment within itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because real quick, like, both my parents were abusive.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I realized if they would have knew better, they would do better.
Yeah.
And that's how they was brought up.
Yeah.
So they're only going to parent the way they were brought up. So that's a big accomplishment.
It is. And for you to be able to break that, like, you know, I definitely, my mother was definitely abusive. She was verbally abusive. She was physically abusive. So for me, it was like, I'm never going to call my kids out their name. You know, I'm never going to discipline my kids, even though I went wrong with that, because I do feel like there should be a line drawn where there should be some type of discipline. I fucked up not to discipline in mine, and I can see that. But I was so, like, more so caught on, like, I'm never going to hit my kids. I'm never going to whoop them. That's horrible. Right. But you do have to draw a line with that.
It's got to be some type of discipline.
It has to be.
Even if, like, you don't have to. Like, if I'd have thought like how I thought when I had my kids initially, I never would have whooped them. Yeah. No shit like that. They would have had discipline and punishment, because you need something they need to know is consequences to shit. Yeah. But I don't think, because I think even though that shit put us in certain modes, like we knew not to do certain shit, it also traumatized us.
It is. It's very traumatizing, especially for a black woman hitting a black man, a young black man. And I'm gonna tell you why. If a person is gonna hit somebody, it needs to be the father. Because when I feel like when a woman is physically putting her hands on a man, even a young man, it's training him to believe that it's okay for some bitch to put her hands on him. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like a woman should ever put her hands on even a young man.
Right. But at the same time and shit, nobody should be putting their hands on nobody.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day and shit, defense of your, you know what I'm saying? Like, self-defense rules all. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Everybody and shit is trying to survive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what
I agree.
mean? So
no kid should be doing like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question? What did Lakeisha want to be when she grew up?
Lakeisha,
I'm sorry.
Because you just said you put a whole S-H-A. I get so offended when people call me
Lakeisha. I'm sorry, Lakeisha.
Name for now.
Right. Keisha. I'm sorry, Lakeisha.
So growing up, y'all want to know what I wanted
What'd you want to be?
I wanted to be
real shit.
A vigilante.
Hell no. You couldn't say dentist or doctor. You want to be a killer. What kind of shit is that? Like, I want to be.
I want to kill the bad people, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I still do. Shit, goddamn it.
Double dragon.
Listen, no, for real.
I ain't mad at you,
if I didn't have no kids, I promise you I'd be doing that job. I'm the best private investigator. I can stalk the fuck out of your ass.
So you be like the equalizer. Is that what you saying?
I wanted to look people up, find out what they did bad, and go over there and slaughter their asses. Like, I still want to do that.
But listen, what if look, you can't with that, what if it's somebody who did something and it was a misunderstanding and they got to falsely accused and you gonna kill them?
No, like it gotta be hardcore evidence, like one of them child molesters and shit. Now you done did some shit, or you done beat up an old woman and raped her and shit. I'm coming to your ass.
Vigilante only a part-time job.
My question is this, Sam: why didn't you become a police officer?
Because I don't like the police.
Okay.
I hate them.
You like doing it out of the book.
I just feel like, and I'm not saying all police officers are bad, but I feel like what they are trained and how they are taught is not to help the community. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with the police. I don't like them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Frank.
I'm about to get deep because I know. Okay, so people see you on the show. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Oh, Keys look good," and I'm not shooting my shot. I'm just asking the question. So, what makes you tick? How can it? Because you're single, right?
I am not single.
You're not single now?
No.
Okay,
No,
not anymore. As of last week, you were single.
I was not single last week. He missed the show.
What she told us about? Well, you've been about a month.
No, I've been dating for a long time.
Oh, hell no.
I have.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just not a person that just go around like, I don't feel like there's a need to like, yeah, I got a man. Like I feel like I carry myself accordingly. So it's like,
right.
It is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
When men do that shit ain't right though.
Well,
I don't feel the need to walk around and be like,
I
got a woman. I ain't got a woman.
Yeah.
But if a man carries himself accordingly, you kind of know. If a man walking around here flirting with every bitch, it's like,
right.
That's true.
you know what I'm saying?
So
but if a man just kind of tame and he just kind of cool, then like he must got a woman. You ain't got to ask.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
Doc
saying?
ain't got no woman because that.
Yeah, Doc ain't got no woman for sure.
Sorry, fellas, I was trying to hook y'all up, but she gone. She gone. So what makes you kick? What makes you tick?
What makes me tick? I don't like being told what to do. Mm-hmm. I've never liked being told what to do. I march to the drum of my own beat. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't mind being, I guess, submissive to an extent, but there has to be reason behind whatever I do. If it don't make sense, I'm not doing it. So I don't like nobody feeling like they forcing me to do anything. I'm a very private person, so I don't like people intruding. I don't like people making me feel like I'm being pressured to talk or speak about something. I will fucking snap. And another thing that will absolutely make me tick is my motherfucking daughter. Don't say shit to her. Don't look at her. Don't talk to her. Don't act like don't do nothing to my daughter. I will fight kids. Like, my daughter is like that. That's something that'll make me tick. I'm very protective of my daughter.
So you say about the submissive thing. So technically you probably not submissive at all. Based on
Nope, she ain't.
I am.
Oh my God.
But don't tell me what to do, how to do it, when to do it,
she don't like
where to do it.
I don't.
But
you don't like being told what to do.
What if it's something to tell you in a leading position where it's for something to benefit of both of y'all?
I have logic. Okay, I'm a logical person.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I understand logic, but what I'm saying is, see, this what I think women, y'all want a man to be a man, but yet y'all don't want to allow a man to be a man. If that makes sense.
And I agree. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Good question.
For real. I'm agree. And the reason I'm agree to that is because my biological father didn't raise me. He was locked up. But we had a wonderful stepdad. But this is where my stepdad went wrong. My stepdad basically had no boss. He let my mama say and do and dictate everything. My mother was the nigga of the house. My father did not know. He was a great father to us, but he wasn't a great man. You know what I'm saying? My mama snatched his balls away from him. So looking at
that's not good.
And it's not.
But wait, at what age did you come to the conclusion that that's what this was?
No, we knew it as kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Bad.
So as
we
a
knew
kid,
it as kids.
okay.
So obviously I picked up some of that behavior, right? But the older I get, because I'm a person of logic, I'm always able to analyze myself. At nighttime, I am my biggest critic. So I'm always looking at ways where I can better myself, right? So I know that's something I have to work on. I'm automatically an aggressive person. There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of my personality. I've been on my own since I was 16 years old. So you got to understand that too. And I always tell men, you got to understand, like, I've been on my own since I was a kid, so I overstepped those boundaries. Like, I'm learning, I'm working on it. I am.
How long were your parents together?
My mom and my stepdad met my mom when I was 4, and he left my mom when my sister was 18. So he met my mom when they was together for over 20 years.
So let me ask you this. Is it necessarily snatching your balls, or is it just knowing how to keep the peace?
That's what I was going to say.
Because they say happy
It was
wife,
both.
happy life. Sometimes a man can be strong in the background. You can go ahead and trip in the house, but as long as my kids and my family taken care
my
of.
dad was definitely about keeping the peace because my mother was very, very aggressive, and she was her whole demeanor was just always on 10. But at the same time, there was ways and irresponsibilities about my mom that he did not step in when he should have stepped in, and it caused so much chaos.
Did he take care of y'all?
He was good to us.
That's you know what, and
He was so good
And at
to
the end
us.
of the day, that's what defines a man.
And at the end of the
and the thing
day,
is, listen,
So he probably in
have that
hindsight,
example.
2020 hindsight,
Yeah,
you don't
to
know
have
if
that
because he
example.
left your mother, right?
he waited till my sister turned 18 and he
that's
So
left.
what
he
it was.
stayed.
He
He
probably
wasn't
was like-
there for your mother. He was there for y'all.
Oh, absolutely, wholeheartedly,
Yeah,
and
so-
I love him to the. But here's the thing: there was still a lot of shit that we had to deal with because he did not man up like he should have.
But he can't protect you from your mother. He's an outside.
But listen,
he's
but
an
you
outsider.
okay? But listen, no, that's
Like,
not
that's rough.
okay.
To come in
okay, yeah, it's not about protecting us from our mother, but it was protecting us. Period. Meaning we stayed getting evicted. We stayed getting evicted because
Okay,
both
well,
of
then.
our parents had gambling problems.
Okay,
you know what
well,
I'm
there you
saying?
go. That's
so
another
it's
layer.
like,
Right,
so
right,
then he
right.
had a gambling problem, and my mom had even more of a gambling problem. So when my mom would go to the casino and blow the money, instead of him be like, "Come on, let's just gotta get out of here," he doing it too. You know what I'm saying? Or if she'd pick up a drug problem, instead of him be like put the drugs out, he'll do it too. Like he engaged in a lot of bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That really hurt us and hindered us. And he wasn't able to say, no, this is going to cause this. You know what I'm saying? Like they was real bad with money.
well, I'm not saying you wrong. Sorry, Q. I'm not saying you wrong. But what I'm saying is this: I want you to look at it from a different perspective, because
Right.
sometimes you can try to stop anybody from doing anything, and they refuse to do it.
But he was doing it too, though.
It's a losing battle. This man stayed 20 years. You don't have those type of relationships anymore.
Love
People be
hard.
out in 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Woman screaming, trying. Yeah, no, I'm gone. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get you to look at. You know, you can't change a person no matter how
And
hard you
then
try.
looking back too, like, we all, like, we may say one of our parents or both our parents, we had issues when we was a kid because of this reason or whatever reason. But as you get older, you kind of understand, like, why they did certain shit they did.
'Cause you
It
go
don't
through
make
it.
it right, yeah.
Because you go through it and
'Cause
you realize there's
Exactly.
levels to it.
It is levels
It's not
to it.
just
And
what I
it's not,
see.
It's not just black and white.
Right.
So that man might have just been like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might have a gambling problem, but the drug problem or anything else might have just that might have been his way of coping, because he might have been like, look, I love these kids, but I can't stand their mama. You know what I'm saying? So
Or
you know
he
what I'm saying?
or he may be like, I love they mama, so therefore I got to stay here, deal with this shit, make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like we probably share the same vices,
Right.
and that's what make us not really go over the whole entire fucking edge.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
they were.
like,
I appreciate my dad for staying, like, cause my daddy raised 3 kids that wasn't his. He never had no kids by my mama, but they were definitely toxic. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate him being there. Like, he never did anything. He never beat us. He never verbally abused us. He never sexually did anything. My daddy was a good
Could've been a
daddy.
lot worse.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely could have been a lot worse. I just wish that he would have been able to put his foot down when it came to my mama a little
Right.
more. You know what I'm saying? My
Sometime,
mama
but
should have been put in her
I'm
place.
gonna tell you, sometimes as men, we're in those situations, and it's a lot of things that favors in a woman, like kids. Like, you know, they sometimes kids be the thing that on the outside looking in, it's like, oh man, he a sucker, man, this, that, and the other. But it's like, but my kid is there. Now I
Yeah.
can't go and show my ass because
Yeah.
I'm still, you know, my kid is there and I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers that walked away from confrontations and been kicked in the ass walking away because their kid is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, in hindsight, or initially with the way things are, they may be like, oh, my daddy, he was a hoe. He let my dog kick him in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's like, but in reality, I did it for you.
Yeah, and I look at it like that too. Like I remember sometimes like my mama went. She was going through her clubbing stage. My mama was a very beautiful woman, and she would like leave my daddy with us. Like she would leave us with him for days at a time while she go club. And I remember just looking at him, and he just looked so depressed. And I'd be like,
and he was probably so fucking madly in love with your mama that he ain't even know how to fucking do that. And then when you in love with somebody and they leaving you with the kids, he probably love y'all so much that he was just like, I'm stuck.
Right.
I'm stuck.
And to
You know
add
what I
to
mean?
that, you got to remember too, if somebody comes from abuse, they're used to abuse.
Right.
Yep.
So they'll let somebody else abuse them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if
that's
he
what-
came from a dysfunctional situation,
Yep.
that's what he thinks is normal.
You talk to him about
You
this?
feel me? So,
And that's that's the key.
right, I think y'all should.
That's
a good
the key.
point.
You
That's a
should
good
talk
You
point.
to
should
him
have
about
asked him
That's an
because he
excellent
can
point.
say something that'll rearrange and change your whole outlook on
Yep.
all the things and all the situations that you ever seen him go through.
Yep.
So before we move on to our main topic, right? One question I'm gonna ask you is, from you being an old Keys to a younger Keys, what would you tell yourself at this point in time?
so much. Being older, I made so many mistakes that I just wish that I knew about back then. Like, I just wish I can go back on so many things. But one of the things that I would tell myself then is I was quick to. I'm one of them type of people. My mother would describe me the best. She would describe all three of us. She would say, my brother is the type of person that if you told him that the fire is hot, he won't even bother to touch it. My sister, if you tell her the fire is hot, she gonna act like she gonna touch it, but then she'll back up.
Yeah.
You tell me the fire is hot, I'm touching that shit. I need to find out for myself.
Yeah.
I wish that I can go back and be very, very careful as far as the moves that I make. Analyze it. Like I was very impulsive, and I'm learning how not to be impulsive. I wish that I wasn't so impulsive when I was younger, because me being so impulsive and not really checking the scene out caused so much damage to me.
Right.
Like I really, really wish that I learned how to really just sit back like I do now and analyze everything around me before I make a move. It's like playing chess.
Yeah.
And I was always pre-jumping and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I wish I can go back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we appreciate you being our guest, even though
problem.
you're our co-host.
Hey, look. Y'all ain't even call in and shit.
Well, we ain't tell nobody to call in, but yeah.
240.
That's because she said she was taking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So look, y'all make sure y'all comment,
Yeah, we about to
call in.
hop into the main
so
topic
forth.
right now. Yeah, and if y'all want to comment on,
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
anything
look.
with keys,
And
or-
shout out to my
on
boyfriend.
the
Shout
main
out to my
topic.
boyfriend Jamil Croft that's probably watching.
What up, though? You know what I'm saying? Shout out. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you done blew that orange trench coat. You should have kept lying to me.
Hey, look. No, you ain't blowing. What it is and shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to negotiate.
He said no.
Negotiate. Hey, look,
He
negotiate.
said negotiate.
So look,
I heard you.
our main topic is
Y'all
called
stupid.
"Ready to Relocate." What we mean by that is, why do people feel a need? They need to leave out of the city or any city to move to another place to
Where they
fulfill what they need in life, and you feel you can't do it here. Is it reason is behind it?
Hell yeah, it is.
And why is it? Me personally, I think people you make your situation better. no matter where
Man,
you
I
live.
know personally and
so
shit, dog.
it's
You in
like
Michigan and you a goddamn.
If you leave, if I'm leaving for weather. That's the only reason. I'm
Yeah.
leaving.
All right.
Because ultimately, unless I got a job that's the career that I'm going into, the field is more prominent in this location than it is here. Other than that, I think people when they say, "Oh, we leaving for crime because crime is any major city you going to, you about to experience
agree.
crime."
Yep.
Yep.
Crime gonna be there.
So that's not a reason
Yep,
why
it's
you
not.
why you saying.
Oh,
you
I
leaving
hate
and
when
this and
women
that.
say, I'm leaving Michigan because the men here. And here's the thing that I tell women. Okay. So if you have a horrible, dating system set up here, and you don't change the way you move and your ways and how you run into them people, it's gonna be the same way there.
Right.
Niggas are the same no matter where you go. I hate when I hear women say, and I'm probably capable of this too sometimes, well, like Detroit niggas ain't shit, but it's everywhere. Like it's all about how you carry and conduct yourself.
Right.
So you gonna run into the same problems there until you start learning who you are, you start elevating yourself, and you start setting your standards.
Well,
so no matter where you go, you're gonna run into that shit.
Detroit is voted number 4 for the worst city to date in.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. I believe it.
It's crazy, but it's like
It don't surprise
Do
me.
you remember what the top 3 was?
Vegas was number 1. Atlanta was number 3. I know that. I don't remember what number 2.
everybody out there gay.
Not to cut you off, I'll let you finish though, Frank. But see that just goes back to your point. We number 4, but those cities everybody running to.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying?
And you right.
those
Everybody running to them
everybody
cities.
running to.
Yep.
So you can't say the reason, and that's why you leave in
Well,
the
the
city.
people who live in those cities is from Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed.
That's true.
Agreed. That's true.
Detroit, Miami, and damn Atlanta.
They taking that bullshit somewhere else.
Yeah.
But like I had said,
Detroit is in Vegas. Detroit is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Michigan has a spirit of depression.
It is.
And you could tell when you go somewhere else, the different feeling you get
Yes.
being in another state
Yep.
or another city. And then when you come back here, you like, damn, this raggedy motherfucker right here.
It's
You know
so
what I'm
ashy
saying?
when I get ready to fly back down. It just look ashy.
no, it do.
It look ashy.
It do.
I will definitely say this. The reason why I want to move, I'm with Dre, strictly weather. Strictly weather, and I will say this: I feel like certain states you get more of a bang for your buck as far as the housing. You know what I'm saying?
Southern states
so
you do.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You get southern states, you get more of a bang for your buck. But I just feel like black people are not meant to be in cold. And it's depressing, and it causes your body to ache. I have a vitamin D deficiency. You know what I'm saying? Like in the wintertime, it's the most depressive time for me. It's the most painful time for me. But when I go, like for instance, every year my birthday is in February, the coldest month of the year. But when I it's always painful for me. I'm always aching.
Right.
But when I leave town and I normally go out the country somewhere tropical and warm, I'm good. I'm happy. My bones are fine. I ain't popping no pills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my vitamin D deficiency is level. You know what I'm saying?
So that lets you know and shit. It ain't nothing but just to go somewhere and shit. You know what I'm saying? With your body and shit. You know, act.
Yeah.
Cause look, I be telling my wife all the time. I'm like, look, let's try out Arizona, somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if my bread was right to that extent, you know what I'm saying, I would have a house here and a house somewhere where it's hot. But
At
I don't
least
just
say,
want a regular I want nice
here
ass
and
houses,
somewhere
but-
else.
Yeah, at least here
But
and somewhere
yeah.
else, for
But
sure.
Yeah, so that's why I would do that. I wouldn't just completely uproot from here and move to nowhere else.
I would. Shit, if I left, I'd never come back.
Well, I say this. Shout out to everybody that moved to Atlanta between 2000 and 2004 up until 2015. Y'all moved to be gay. Flat out.
But
Y'all
you know
be
what?
gay.
Michigan lacks opportunities.
But you know what?
It does.
A lot of
But I'm
opportunities.
gonna tell you, like how we was talking on our production meeting. Is it do it though? Like, because if you really think about it,
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either. I don't believe so. I think it's the mindset of the people because, like I was telling y'all, it's people that I know that come here and visit, and they love it here, and they be like, "Fuck where they stay at."
Let me tell you, it's so much open. It's so much open opportunity here. The lack of opportunities creates a space for somebody to actually take whatever that lack of opportunity is over.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you come here and it's like, oh, well, I mean, it's not a lot of, in my case, it's not a lot of filmmakers here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, then you can come here and you can fucking kick the
and
door
be the
wide
man.
open
Right,
and,
right.
and be that person. I mean, that's the route that I took. Like, we don't have it, so we have to create it.
Create it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And creation is a longer road than, obviously taking an opportunity from somebody
Right.
who's already created that lane. But once that lane is created, then it's wealth in that lane.
And then you got to look at it like this too. If you're leaving to go to an opportunity in another state, what makes you think all the people that moved there prior to you and the people that live there is not vying for that same opportunity that you running for. So it's competition. It's more competition to where you going as opposed to where it is. Now, if you get a call like from another state, or you put in an application or something and they like, yeah, we can use you, you're qualified, we looked at your resume, blah blah blah, that's different.
Right.
But if it's opposed to you just saying, ain't shit here, I'm about to go try to find the dream in another state.
Well, I mean, now you
you know
now you putting in extra work to go work for somebody else,
Right.
You know, and not to say that people who work for other
Right,
people is
right.
not, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's very lucrative opportunities, and I get it if that's where you are. I mean, eventually, I'll have to go somewhere else to create, and it's not about creating. Well, it is about creating opportunities, but it's also about networking and being at the table with people that I need to be at the table with. You know what I mean? But I can't go out there asking, can I be at the table? Because the answer is going to be no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, you can create your own table here.
yeah, you can
but-
definitely create your own table, or at least take a chair to it.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
know
like
what I'm
a lot of people too, though. I don't feel like it's anything wrong with relocating, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, it's people that have been born and raised in the hood. They surrounded by negative bullshit. They surrounded by the same negative people.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, I got a brother, and shout out to him. Like, me and my brother, we got into a major debate because my sister and I, we travel out the country a lot. We were trying to get my brother to travel. He from the hood, and he like, why the fuck would I travel and I gotta come back to this shithole and they gotta remind me of this? And I'm like, bro, you should travel in order to see how it is. And he was like completely against it. Like, I don't want to travel and I gotta come back to here. He just up and just moved 2 weeks ago out the state. Never been on a plane. But
as soon as he left, he like, fuck this shit. Yeah.
and that's what he
Changed
said.
his- changed his
He
whole-
said he was tired of being around the same shit, the
Yep.
same people, seeing the same bumpy ass, fucked up roads, seeing the same. And sometimes you need to change your
Yep.
element and your environment in order to prosper.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you in the hood and you stuck in the hood, you're not even able to be creative because there's so much trauma and bullshit around you
Yeah.
that sometimes you have to remove yourself from that pile of shit in order to grow. And I don't feel like it's anything wrong with that.
I agree with you. I don't think there's nothing wrong with moving if that's your choice. My thing is just using the excuse because even with he didn't have to be around that nut here. That's by your choice. You could have easily moved to the burbs, did what you needed to do, involved yourself in something else. What you going to do there? Here, you didn't have to deal with certain
But
amount.
a lot
but
of
you-
times
but
if
you
you
know what though? But you know what though and shit? Sometimes and shit, a person, you know, that's gonna leave is gonna sit up there and shit and make that rationality. You know what I'm saying? And be
Yep.
like, damn, you know, it took me to leave to make this shit click.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
what I'm
that's
saying?
part-
And sometimes it do take that.
Cause look, believe it or not and shit, you know what I'm saying? When you living in a place, and you know you gonna be there, and you really don't have no plan on leaving and shit, just like how water and every damn thing can get stagnant, right? You know what I'm saying? And get stale. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until you fucking leave and shit, that shit might not. Fucking,
Yeah. It
you
might
know,
nothing may not click.
That light might not pop on. You know what I mean? So a lot of times and shit, you know what I'm saying, it's easier for somebody and shit to say, hey, you know, I'm that kind of person and shit to be like, oh, I'll travel,
Right.
or I'll go somewhere else different, or I'll get out my comfort zone. Most motherfuckers and shit don't want to get out their comfort
They
zone
scared.
on
And
shit.
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what
saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
But then and shit, you know what I'm saying? When they do get out their comfort zone and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they see something and shit that's 10 times better, like your brother did. That nigga was like, nigga, I'm out this bitch. Like, quick as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't no fucking talking to them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
He was out.
whatever. Yeah.
He was out, and I don't feel like he coming back.
You know.
Well, the Bible says, go get your provision. It doesn't necessarily mean your provision is here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people just need to, he could move to the suburbs, but what if I move to the suburbs and I fall back in with the same crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very
Some
easy to do,
people-
especially if
Right.
your crowd is your family.
Right, need to cut
You
it
know what I'm
cold
saying?
turkey.
Right, but that's
Cut
why I
cold
say
turkey.
it goes back to mentality.
Yeah.
Because ultimately he can move, and if you meet some motherfuckers that's still shifty there where you at, you still not. You know what I'm saying? If you don't change your mentality, you still not. You just running from one place
And I
to
agree
the
to that
next.
too.
So it's like I'm not. I guess my thing is nothing wrong with somebody moving if they feel they need to move or want to move, but I just feel like people bash on Detroit and Michigan so much, and that be their reasoning for moving, and then they use the excuse, oh, Michigan fucked up, blah, blah, blah. Well, you gonna get the same shit in other states. Now, like I said, the only shit I can really agree with and say, if you basing it off weather-wise, because I hate the winter like a motherfucker.
Me too.
I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I want to wear it warm all year long, I can completely understand why people will move for that. But to say, oh, it's fucked up there, this and that.
Because it's fucked up everywhere. It is.
Because I well, just one quick thing, and I'll let one of y'all speak. But think about back in the 40s and 50s when all them people was moving to Detroit from the South.
From the South.
It wasn't nobody saying shit about Detroit then.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Detroit was the place to be.
Exactly. So
it was about the work.
It was about the work. That was.
No, but listen, that's what I'm saying. So you came here for the work, but then yet and still people created the work here, but the problem was they didn't keep it here. So people came running here for music, Motown, all that shit like that. But Barry Girl, what did he do? Take the shit to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you had the opportunities here, but if everybody like, man, fuck this, I'm leaving, it would never get back to a place where people like could say, okay, yeah, it's mad opportunities.
Yeah, but even with that though, y'all gotta understand, like, all of this is divine order. Everybody is leaving, and guess who coming to stay? And they buying up all the property and sitting here and putting Black Lives Matter to make it seem like they don't have no problem. Really, they hate your ass. All of that is an agenda. You know what I'm saying? To make shit so bad to get you the fuck up out of here to where they can take over. You know what I'm saying?
But I agree with that. Because it is gentrification and they
bad.
You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, still, if you look at that, that's partly our fault.
It is.
Because
we lost Detroit for sure.
All time opportunity, all these abandoned houses, all these abandoned buildings. We could have bought that shit ourselves.
We could have.
So as much money as people make selling dope, whatever, blah 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 in this city, we chose to spend it on cars and jewelry and floss at the club, this and that. You didn't want to buy. We could have bought up the neighborhood us three live in. It was enough money flowing throughout that neighborhood where we could have bought that fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
but they was too busy running to the suburbs.
But you know what though, and shit, the one thing and shit that I will say is what you wanted to happen that did not happen is because of shit. A lot of people and shit wasn't groomed for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like me and you, everybody up in here and shit can have that collective idea of working together, right? But when you talking about and shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people and shit that's game to be about themselves. It's hard to try to tell they ass, let's work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of my boys and shit earlier today. And I told him, I said, look, it's many people and shit, you know what I'm saying, as far as athletes, entertainers in our communities that make a ton of money, right? Rappers, whatever, however you want to say. I'm quite sure they have, say, 10 people that's their friends, right? And just to say and shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got 10 people. I'm going to go ahead and add on, you know, let's collectively say we come out $25,000 a piece. 10 people. That's that's $250,000, right? To buy some land and build up whatever the fuck we need to build up and shit in our communities, right? But none of these motherfuckers do that shit.
They don't.
So listen. That lets you know that they are okay in their position in society, in the shit that they be talking about that they actually care. They don't care.
Because niggas are selfish.
Yeah, but that goes to my point. So why are you moving out of state? Because that's your mentality. That's not gonna change.
Well,
That's
real
not gonna
quick.
change your
But
mentality.
it's not just like living in Detroit or
But that,
living in
It's
that's
everywhere.
my
Yeah.
point though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's everywhere.
real quick, I'm talking shit, and I know I ain't going nowhere.
No.
But there's just some nicer places to live. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. I agree.
And then
Wholeheartedly, it
to
is.
address
That's
your
true.
thing, it's not that they don't care; they're just lazy because you got money, but what's your business plan?
Right.
It takes a lot to put a business plan together
It
and
does.
say where we gonna be in 5 years.
Yeah.
But just think what I'm saying and shit. Just say, hey, if we take the model of say Atlanta, right? You got Gucci Man, you got Jeezy, you got T.I., you got all these motherfuckers and shit that be talking about and shit that they motherfucking goddamn, we for the black plan, we for this, that, and other and shit. They come out there and put themselves on shit on the front line, right? But then and shit, you know what I'm saying? If you look at and shit, their wins when it comes to the communities that they say that they for, they really not for it. If you think about it.
Because who controlling
look,
them though? They can't be.
there
for
you
it.
go. That's
who
what I'm
controlling
saying.
them?
They really don't give a shit
Yeah.
because look, $25,000 and shit.